And welcome back to Castlevania 2. I've got Simon up to level 6, the highest level in the game. So, now let's just continue our trek out of this mansion. Out of this manor. Welcome to my manor. I can swing my whip, I can swing my whip. You cannot equip my flaming whip. Have you noticed that the dungeons in this game all have very repetitive enemies?
Huh.
There's more interesting enemies outside the dungeons because then you get things like these leeches and mudmen things that jump up from the swamps and whatnot. Oh, by the way, since I'm walking back through here, that reminds me, when we were at Busch Gardens the other day, I all of a sudden got the very uncomfortable realization, the morning sun has vanquished the horrible night. Yes, I got that realization, that sudden realization that the morning sun... No, I got the sudden realization that these new pants I got are a bit looser than I wanted them to be.
Huh.
You see, I've been getting to be a bit of a fat cat lately, and so some of my old pants don't fit me as well as they used to. So we got some new pants. These new pants were basically a size up from what I used to wear, and one pair fits fine, but the pair that I was wearing the other day was whatchamacallit? Relax fit. Loose fit, relax fit, whichever fit. When I tried them in the dressing room, when I bought them, they seemed to fit, but then when we were dancing around at night and whatnot, at that, like, rave area, burn the mummies! Burn them! We were dancing around at the rave area, it's like all of a sudden my pants start coming loose, and I'm like, oh gosh, no. And it happened, and it started happening more when we were just walking around later that night. And it's like, oh boy, people are gonna start thinking I'm one of those guys that buys those big-ass baggy pants. After Castlevania, I warned you not to return. Well, too bad, I did anyways. Get back! There's a character in one of these towns that says something about the Death Star. I don't know where it is, and I'm not going to look for it. I think the Death Star, the cross in Larabuzz Mansion must be found. Laraba, I think that's a mistranslation of Camilla. I got my choice health. Who's in here? Oh, that's somebody that sells you laurels.
Huh.
Die, fishman! You don't belong in the surface. Come back with more signatures! But yeah, I was like, oh no, people are gonna start thinking I'm part of that crowd that likes to wear pants hanging way down, like, their backside or whatever. I never understood how that became a frickin' fashion statement, quote-unquote. It's like, you guys do realize that came from... The whole reason people did that was saying, hey, I'm open to having surprise butt sex in jail.
Huh.
That's seriously where it came from. People basically saying they're open to gay sex in jail.
Huh.
This town has pretty much nothing in it. This is a dead town. I think the woman that said something about the Death Star used to be in that house. They might have removed her in the Virtual Console versions, or changed her dialogue. Either that or I just haven't found the town with it. What a horrible night to have a curse. The lady in that house would have just told me to get back.
Huh.
Mark is playing Zombotany, so he's not really paying any attention to what I'm doing.
This mode requires a lot of
Concentration.
because the zombies can shoot at you from a distance, so it's like you have to constantly be putting defenses up.
I have to constantly be jumping over these graves. By the way, when I went down the steps a while back, the upper path leads to a dead end, and really there's like nothing over there. I've noticed one problem with this game is that a lot of the overworld areas are just these like flat left to right areas with virtually no elevation, and they're pretty dull. Hey, look, I'm in Castlevania. I'm back in the castle from the first game.
Yeah, they do that a lot in this series, don't they?
Well, technically it's always the castle from the first game, it just keeps getting resurrected. But this is the only game where you actually see it in ruins after it's crumbled.
Huh.
By the way, later games that have you collect parts of Dracula, you end up collecting 6 parts instead of 5. Reason being is that the sixth and final part is down here. Oh, can I just point out, and down there is either a nose or a mouth of some sort.
Oh yeah.
It's looking at me funny. But yeah, the whole baggy pants thing being hung down the waist, whatnot. It started in prison, and it was basically people saying, "Hey, we're open to having, gay sex." And now that's not me trying to pick on homosexuals or anything, but that's where it came from. So, I mean, unless you're into that, why would you wear your pants that way? Hey, look, it's Grimacula.
Oh yeah.
Actually, you know what? Here's a cheaper way. Laurels, whip, 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 whip. I'm invincible. And he's dead.
Jeez, that blink and you miss it.
And this is the best ending. The encounter with Dracula
With slow-moving text.
is terminated.
You've been terminated, fucker.
You have been terminated. But Simon Belmont has put an end to the eternal darkness, Sanity's Requiem,
On the GameCube.
in Transylvania. His blood and sweat have penetrated
Oh gosh!
the
Oh gosh!
earth
Oh, okay.
and will induce magic and happiness
Okay, Mike.
for those who walk on this land.
Is it over? Okay, I just wanted to say, ooh, what's going on?
Oh!
I curse you! Again! But I just wanted to say, imagine the introduction of Alien Soldier at that speed. It's like, okay, Mark, it's finally time to play the game after all these years.
I still don't think it would take years. Hours? It's like, you thought Kingdom Hearts 2 was bad for having a 3-hour tutorial. We got a 3-hour intro text crawl! At least a 3-hour tutorial you could play!
Yeah. I guess that's it, huh?
Yes. Join us next time, 50 years later, where we see what Simon's grandson is up to with a questionable name and everything.
It takes 1 billion times longer to get through all the damn Castlevania 3 with all the characters than it does to play through a bunch of these Castlevania games.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course, it would have been short if we just did it with one character.
So anyways, up here is a subscription button, and over here is the Castlevania 2 playlist. By the way, I've noticed that episode 1 hasn't been getting a whole lot of views. Go check that out. I know it's called What a Horrible Night to Have to Grind, but I promise you, the commentary during the grinding is some pretty gold stuff, so just listen to that and tab it over. And we do make actual story progress in the episode. I do the first mention. And down here, there's other playlists.
Okay, bye.
And interact with the video and stuff. Comment, like, dislike, whatever. Tell your friends. Twitter it. Bitter Twitter, smitter, witter, kidder, fitter it. Bye.